दर्शन करता, ओम नमो हरिहंताणं। सिद्ध प्रभुना दर्शन करता, ओम नमो सिद्धाणं। आचार्यों ने वंदन करता, ओम नमो आयर्याणं। उपाध्याय ने वंदन करता, ओम नमो उपाध्यायाणं। सर्व साधु ने वंदन करता, नमो लोये सब साहूणं। सम्यक दर्शन मुझने मर्जो, तेसो पंचन मुक्तारो। सम्यक ज्ञान मुझने मर्जो, सौवा पाह परासनो। सम्यक चारित्र मुझने मर्जो, मंगलानं च सर्वेषु। नवपदनी आराधना करता, परमं हवै मंगलम्, परमं हवै मंगलम्, परमं हवै मंगलम्।
Jai Jinendra and Pranam to everyone. Thank you all for joining today's session and welcome to Transformation Meditation Session 3, Sakra Chakra. My name is Anish. I'll be taking note of all questions, so please put them into the chat and we'll have a Q&A at the end of the meditation part, towards the end of the session. I'll now hand you over to Vishal for today's session and meditation.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Anish. Welcome, everybody. Jai Jinendra. Namaste. I hope you've all had a fantastic week of practicing what we did on Monday last week. And yeah, let us begin this session with orange, right? You can see me, Anish has worn orange. I hope you've all worn orange today because today is all about the sacral chakra and we're going to go up the chakra system. We're going to learn about it. We're going to do a beautiful meditation today as well and hopefully release those blocks that you might be holding there. So welcome, welcome again. And before I start, I want to know how many of you actually did chanting and meditation. So out of the 7 days that we had last week, if you can just put in the chat how many days you did the chanting, meditation, at least one of them. If it was all 7 days, put 7, 6 days 6, 5 days 5. If you could put that in the chat, it would be nice to see. Wonderful. So whilst you're putting that in the chat, you know, the way we start these meditations is by releasing that stress and letting go of any anxieties that we might have had throughout today maybe or last week. As we are coming into this meditation, then is the chat working? Just the tech team just wanted to find out. I'm not seeing anything coming through, but hopefully it is. So yeah, let's just get rid of that stress and anxiety. Let's get rid of that you know, whatever we've held maybe this day and let go of it. And we want to be fully present here because, as we know, being fully present will get you the best results. Okay, so leave whatever you're doing. If you're eating or, you know, in the kitchen, have your laptop there, your phone there. Leave all of that and, you know, come to a room where you can really focus on this session for the next hour or hour and a half. Seeing some numbers come in, fantastic. Let them all come in. I'm seeing a 2, a 4. So depending on the number of days you've done your practice, do put it down. I hope you've done some. If you've done none, put down 0. You know, it's okay. Maybe you need a little bit of a push. You know, and that's what we're here to do. So another 4, another 2. Okay, brilliant. So as we do that, I want to let us go of this stress. Okay, so
if I can pause you there, Vishal. So
Yeah.
whilst people are putting answers on the chat, they're sending direct messages to the host or co-host. You
Okay.
can, you within your options, choose message everyone, and that way Vishal will also be able to see the responses coming through.
Oh, I see. So they've been okay, fine. So thanks for that, Khalif. Yeah. So oh, everyone keeps disappearing. That's what somebody's writing. Okay. So maybe a technical issue there. Hopefully you're able to put it down into everyone, and I'll be able to see. Or you can even put it down to me. Hashtag Vishal Shah. That's the name I've got up here as. Okay. Great. So I'm seeing a few numbers coming through. Fantastic. Wonderful. So 2, 3, 0, 2, 5, 3.5, someone says. Good. 7, 7. Well done. All days you practice. That's what we want to see. I want to see more of those sevens, right? See you practicing every day. 2, 0, 2, 0. Okay. At least you're being honest. Yeah, that's what it is about. Being honest. This is where I am, and this is where I want to be. So maybe next week it will come up from a 0 to a 1 or 0 to a 2. Okay. But like I said, practicing, committing yourself to this journey is what is going to get you results. Okay, so well done, everyone. Whoever has put in the number of days they've done the meditation. First time today for some. Okay, that's fine. So let us just quieten our minds and bring them here. Okay, whilst you put down the numbers, you may now stop and then just close your eyes for a couple of minutes. Take a few deep breaths in and out. Deep breaths in. And as you do that, allowing any stresses, anxieties of the day to be released, allowing them to flow out of your hands and your feet, letting go of any expectations you might have of yourself, of this session, of me, and also letting go of any judgments again of how it should be, how you should be in this session. As long as you are sitting comfortably in a quiet place and really focused on this session, you will get the most out of it. Okay? As you let go of those judgments, expectations, any stresses and anxieties, your focus, your complete attention comes to this very moment and to this session. Wonderful. Taking a deep breath in again. And slowly opening your eyes when you're ready. Okay. Wonderful. So yeah, for a lot of you, it's the first time today. You can see that, and the 2 zeros, 1s. Hopefully next week we'll be able to see higher numbers in there. Okay. Now, as we've done that, I'll switch to my slides. Just bear with me. I'm going to share my slides. There we go. And like I said, today is all about the sacral chakra. We will learn about it. We're moving up the energy centers, session 3 today. And today's agenda, we've done introductions. Thanks, Anish, for that. Reminder of our why, that's what we'll go into as well, okay, of why we are doing this, the scope of these sessions, the sacral chakra characteristics, we'll talk about that. And we will also talk about sacral chakra symptoms, boredom versus indulgence. This is a very sacral chakra thing. We'll talk about that. We'll look into your sacral chakra score, and this is where we'll be using the app again. So if you have the app open, you're logged in, please make sure you've done that so that we don't use up a lot of time doing that, okay? Last time I had a lot of responses come in. We had nearly 150 people filling the forms in. So thank you for that. And I hope you're getting to know about your energetic body as you do this, okay? That's the purpose of it. The purpose of doing and filling these forms in is to find out where you are at, right? The meditation exercise we will do today is a beautiful meditation, slightly longer than last time, so we'll have to go quite quickly through this session and really focus on that meditation. And then, of course, we'll share today, so we'll share what it is like having done that meditation, and then we'll finish and talk a little bit about next week. Brilliant. So, and after that, of course, the Q&A, if there are any questions, we'll be happy to answer those too. Okay. Now, as we first now move into this slide, wanting to know about the scope, just to remind you here what the scope of these sessions are. The idea is to go through all the chakras, as you can see. The Muladhara is where my mouse is, that we did last week. We have come up to the sacral chakra, the Swadhisthana, that's what it's called, and then the Manipura, the solar plexus, and so on. As the energy flows up and down, it may be blocked, so it doesn't flow freely. We want to really make it flow freely so that as we are doing these sessions, we are clearing those blockages and allowing that energy to flow freely. As spiritual beings, first, that is our purpose, that is our highest purpose. The whole reason why we've taken birth on this planet, Earth, which they've called a school, where we learn our lessons. And once we have all of that flowing freely, that means you've learned what you've come here to do. And then you graduate, just like how you do when you go to university, right? So this is what it is about. These sessions are meant to help you actually clear those chakras, okay? Now, these sacral chakra is what we're going to focus on today, yeah? And whilst I also, talk a little bit about it, I want you to write again in the chat, like we did last week, about why. Why is it that you're actually here doing these sessions? What is your why? Because your why, if it's strong enough, like how mine was, it will take you all the way. Okay, it will help you clear the chakras, and you'll achieve your ultimate purpose, which is about attaining that state, whatever you want to call it, right? So we call it nirvana, whatever, enlightenment, awareness, right? That's the whole purpose. That's why we are here in the first place. So if you write, I'm going to stop the share. If you write down in the chat, what is your why? Is it maybe an issue in health you have, or a relationship, career purpose, which is exactly what we're going to focus on today? Or it could be that you just want to grow spiritually, spiritual growth some people want. So please write in the chat. I'm just going to quickly have a look. Again, make sure you write it to everyone. It might switch sometimes, so sorry if it does, but just click on everyone, or even to me if you want, and then I will be able to see your answers. So I'm getting a lot of them now. We have about over 200 people joined in today, possibly more coming in. So yes, session is being recorded. We will send you the YouTube link. That's absolutely right. So inner peace, awareness, that's fantastic. That's what you want. Relax, awareness. Want to be more positive in life. Wonderful. Health and well-being. Brilliant. So yes, writing it down will make sure that it sets in. Your why sets in. You know what it is, and that will take you really forward on this journey. Okay, so now let me just quickly go back into the slides. There we are. So let's start with the sacral chakra, right? That's what we are here about. Let's start with the characteristics. That's what I mean. So now the sacral chakra, as you can see, orange. That's the whole reason why we are wearing orange today, the color. So I'm not going to ask you that question. What the color of the sacral chakra is? It is orange. Okay, what is the element of the sacral chakra? Would you be able to tell me? Put it down in the chat. What do you think is the element of the sacral chakra? A lot of you have told me your whys. Fantastic. That's really good. Now, what do you think is the element of the sacral? We had earth, which was of the root. Some of you have written down fire, peace, lotus, water, fire, water, water, fire, fire, water. Fantastic. So it is actually water. So whoever's written water, you've got it right. Brilliant. Well done. So the element of the sacral chakra is water. Now, what about the sound and the beat mantra? I think the clue was in the previous slide, if you can write that down. What was the sound or the beat mantra of the sacral chakra? And this is the one that I'm going to ask you to chant this week, right? I was the other day at the Ekta Center on Saturday after I did my workshop in the morning, and we did all these chants. It was so amazing, and we went through them with some of the SEN children, and some of the members would come in to do the session live. It was a wonderful session. Chanting really gives us, and especially chanting together, is so powerful. So VAM, a lot of you are saying VAM, and that's very, very true. So well done to all of you for writing that out. It is VAM. What about the frequency? Anyone knows what the frequency is? In hertz, what is the frequency of the sacral chakra? Maybe just an arbitrary number you can guess. This is playing the lottery kind of thing, right? Especially if you don't know the answer. 250, 303, 478. Very close there, 300. Awesome. Just give it a go. It doesn't matter if you're right or wrong. That doesn't matter. Remember, there is no judgment in these sessions. So the frequency is 417. So those who are in that range, well done. In the 400 range, that's awesome. So the frequency of the sacral chakra is 417. Now, what about the emotion? And this is the emotion we're going to deal with today in our meditation. What is the emotion for the sacral chakra, especially the negative emotion that blocks the sacral chakra? Guilt, Rina says. I think that's my friend Rina. So yes, anger. Anger is a secondary emotion. So again, we will work with that. But let's see, mood swings. Okay, but what is the underlying emotion that blocks the sacral chakra? Fear sometimes. Yes, Shito. Well done. Stress again is a secondary emotion. A lot of it is. Could you please explain how to do the chanting? We will do that at the end if you have time in the Q&A. Anxiety, anger, okay. Yes, so it is actually guilt, because we worked with fear for our root chakra last time. Guilt is the emotion for the sacral chakra, okay? And this is what we're going to be working on today. Now, location, where is it located? Where is the sacral chakra? I think the image in previously that I showed you actually gives you a clue. Where is the sacral chakra located? If you put that in the chat. Sacrum under your navel, yes. Lower abdomen, navel, brilliant. Yes, just underneath your navel. If you put like two fingers like this, just under your navel, that's where it is. Okay, just under those two fingers. So below the navel, well done. So that's it. That's where the location is. So this is where we're going to be focusing today as we do the meditation. Well done to all of those who were brave to answer the question. Now, the symptoms, I'm going to go through these very quickly because I shared these in the WhatsApp group. So the symptoms, how do you know that your sacral chakra is blocked? Now, these are all the symptoms. Urinary issues, if you've got reproductive challenges, mood swings. Somebody mentioned mood swings, so that is actually a symptom, a physical health symptom. Lack of intimacy, unhealthy sexual behavior, we'll talk a little bit about that, and diabetes. So these are all physical health issues. If you have any of these, it means that your sacral chakra is blocked. In fact, there is a book called Heal Yourself by Louise Hay, international bestseller, 50 million copies sold. In there, what she says is diabetes is loss of sweetness in your life, right? And this is something that a lot of us have lost, that joy, excitement in our lives. And over time, as we get into our 50s, 60s, this is the illness that we get, right? So we want to bring that joy, we want to bring that excitement back into our lives, right? We want to make life passionate to live. And this is the meditation today will actually help you do. When you find your purpose, it becomes really a beautiful life. Now, in terms of your career, your finances, lack of inspiration, lack of passion, we talked about that. Creativity blocks, financial instability. So if you find that in your career, your profession, you just can't be as creative as you are before, or there's no more inspiration, you don't have the oomph, to get up in the morning and go to work, then there's a chance that your sacral chakra is blocked. Okay, and your relationships, there's an emotional disconnect, codependency over attachment, lack of emotional security, and fear of intimacy. Okay, so these are the symptoms of the sacral chakra. Okay, now there are two questions you want to ask yourself, just like how we had in the root chakra, with the two questions which will simply straight away tell you if your sacral chakra is blocked. Now, one of them is, are you living a life of purpose? Yeah, are you living a life of purpose? So, for me, I was back working in the corporate world. I did that for about 20 years. Started in 1999. I actually gave it up fully in 2019. I'm doing this full time. This is my purpose. And I do this passionately, in the corporate world, I was just, trying to fight every day to get out, get to work. Towards the end, I was a battle that was going within me. And eventually I said, no more, right? And sometimes it gets to that point where, you can't be asked to get up and go to work, right? And this is where you lose your passion for that. And
And this means that you are being called to find your purpose, your passion. What is it that you love doing, right? And this is the meditation we'll be doing today will hopefully help you do that. Okay? So this is the question you want to ask. Now, are you living a life of purpose? Do you have a healthy sexual life? That's another thing you want to ask as well. With sacral chakra sexuality, it can be lack of libido or also an overdrive, an over sexual drive. So this can affect your sacral chakra. It can block it. Okay. So these are the two questions you want to ask. Now, I will share a case study here, and this is where the case studies here they've kindly, helped share. Well, they allow me to share their videos online, so you can go on my YouTube page, just type in Vishal Shah meditation, and then now and again I upload videos of people who allow me to share the cases that I work with. So this is a case study very much about the sacral chakra, and this is why I'm sharing it here. Now, this lady came up to me. She said she has issues in a relationship. She was in a one-to-one relationship, not married yet. In her late 40s, her partner was maybe in his 50s, and the relationship wasn't going very well because they had issues with their sexual life, basically. So otherwise, everything was good, but when it came to intercourse, because we have to face it. Look, we are sexual beings, like we talked about in our previous week on the root chakra. I know, sometimes it becomes a taboo and people hush or don't speak much about it. But when it comes to our energetic centers, if we do not clear the root and sacral chakra because we're not really open about this, we're not going to be able to move further on this journey, right? So when she came to me and she goes to me, hey Vishal, this is the issue that I have, an issue with my partner. He doesn't want to be with me anymore because we've got a beautiful relationship, but the problem is that when it comes to having intercourse, I just close off, right? I said, fine, let's do a one-to-one session. We went into her superconscious, and what we found out was two things. One was, unfortunately, when she was a child, which consciously she doesn't remember, but the superconscious came up with it, and she'd been through sexual abuse when she was only under 5 years old. Okay, and when we found that out, she had to let go of that energy that she was holding from that experience, even though it was unconscious. She had to forgive the person who actually did that to her. The other thing that she was holding guilt towards this relationship that she had with her cousin when she was in high school. Now, in society, especially the society that we live in, having a relationship with your own cousin is, looked down upon. And although, saying that there are other cultures that allow those kind of relationships with their cousins. So, again, not saying who is right or wrong, but in this sense, because the way the society dictates how we should be, the guilt set into her that she had this relationship, an affair with her cousin when she was in high school, and that guilt was actually blocking her sacral chakra. And because of that, it was affecting her sexual life with her current partner. So when she let go of that guilt in that session, and she let go of that anger that she was holding towards the person who had sexually abused her, suddenly she was able to have a beautiful sexual life with her partner. Everything changed. And guess what? Because we addressed this right at the root, everything else in her life changed too. Her career suddenly started to flourish because, remember, we went through the symptoms before. No longer did she have any of those creative blocks. She came up with new ideas of how to work, and that really happened. And also her health improved. So you can see how this can affect in every way. So she just came to me with a relationship issue, but so much actually happened where she actually improved her life in every different way. So that was just an example, just to show you that how your sacral chakra can block you and how it can stop you from actually progressing further. Okay. Now, as we go, I'm just going to switch the slide. So now we come to the point where we want to find out how blocked your sacral chakra is.
So at this point, I want all of you to pick up your phones. I hope you're not using them to watch this session. So pick up your phones and open the app. And when you open the app, you want to go to this page. So open up the app and click on Learn. Learn on the menu at the bottom. You'll see that. Just click on that. Learn is the second button. You may not see tracking and community yet, but if you click on Learn, and then where it will take you is it will take you to the next thing that appears, which is a free online masterclass, where my mouse is hovering. So if you click on that, that will take you then to the next part, which is, it will open it up, and you'll see right at the bottom there, the sacral chakra form. Most of you filled in the root chakra form last time. Now all you want to do is feel this sacral chakra form, okay? I'm going to do that right now as well. Open it up on my phone and then take you through it. As you go through, you'll see this kind of image come up where you see the form, and then you click on the form itself. You scroll a little bit down and then click on the form where it says My Sacral Chakra Score. And then that should open up, okay? So when you're open, fill out those questions. I'll take you through them very quickly. You don't have to think too much about it. Remember, like last time, if you think about it too much, you may answer the wrong, you may give the wrong answer. And as you go through those questions, it's just a tick box exercise. Initially, fill in your name, email, and just give that tick box on that GDPR consent. I'm just going to go in myself and go through the questions with you as this opens up, okay? You can start, if you've already filled everything in. My phone's taking a little bit of time to get into the form, maybe because there are a lot of people going in at the same time. Could be that. But if you've gotten into the form, there we go. I'm just opening it up now. So if you've gotten into the form, fill the first three parts: the email, name, and the tick box. Again, slightly taking a bit longer to open up. This could be the reason that many people are on it at the same time. There we go. If it's not opening for you, you can go back and then come back in again. I think then it works. So that's what I did. So the first question is, do you lack intimacy, passion, and excitement in your life? Okay. Answer it honestly. Any of those answers, just quickly tick that. Second question, are you sensitive or oversensitive and can be emotionally explosive? Well done. Yeah. So answer that one. Do you close yourself off completely, being not emotional at all? Yeah. So, see how you are in front of others. Do you just close yourself off, put up a wall? Yeah. Do you attract jealous and manipulative individuals into your life? So, do you find that people who come into your life are manipulative and maybe jealous of you? Number 5, do you get manipulated or controlled into having sex with your partner? So this is a very important one, because sacral chakra is all about having the freedom to be who you are. And if you feel like you're being controlled, manipulated into having sex, then just give that a tick. Control and manipulation can be very subtle, giving maybe emotional blackmail, or all sorts of manipulation. I'm sure you know, or you might have experienced. Number 6, are you or have you attracted controlling relationships in the past or even now? Are you in a controlling relationship? Then choose the answer. Number 7, do you tend to judge or criticize yourself or others often? How critical are you, right, to yourself and others? And do you judge? Again, answer that. If you tend to gossip or, talk about people, then that is judgment, right? So just be honest and just answer that. Are you worried about your finances? Again, that's pretty straightforward. If you answer that, are you a victim of sexual abuse, emotional abuse, or volatile situations, right? So if you are, then answer that too. If you aren't, obviously, take the relevant circle. Number 10, are you a people pleaser and find it difficult to say no? Yeah, so there's people who are like that, who, if anyone comes and asks them for something, a favor, they find it difficult to say no. So you tick that too. Have you got issues? Now we go into the physical symptoms. Have you got issues with your urinary system, including bladder and kidneys? Again, tick the relevant one if you've got issues. Because remember, the sacral chakra, everything to do with the element of water. And if you think about it, all those organs in that part of our body, kidneys going around to the back, all have to do with water, yeah, your urinary system, etc. Do you have menstrual or reproductive organ disorders? And again, especially for women, any issues in this area, then because that's also the area where creation happens. That's where a baby is created, right? So again, it has to do with creativity, and that's what the sacral chakra is about. So that's number 2. Do you have problems with your appendix or large intestines? So you can tick that, the relevant answer in there. Do you suffer from lower back pain? So if there's pain in your lower back, again, that could be that your sacral chakra is blocked. And did you or your parents have problems with hips or pelvis? Again, energy is passed on from our ancestors, our parents, and tick the relevant box, okay? And once you've done all of them, then you submit. Now you might get a captcha, which sometimes can be quite annoying, but just tick the relevant box. All it wants to know is that you are a human. And sometimes, like it happened in the workshop, a few people actually were getting quite a few captchas, but don't worry. As long as you keep on ticking the right box, it will get through you. And then once you've put the scores, or you've got the scores, you submitted the form, you'll get a score. Just put down in the chat what score you got. It'd be nice to see. Put down in the chat what score you got. Okay. Fantastic. So the scores are coming in 10, 30, 14, 12, 13, 22, 11, 25, 14. Brilliant. 33, 31. Excellent. So put them in. And then you want to, like last time, the score basically says if it's 0 to 9, your sacral chakra is open, which is really, really good. If it's 10 to 19, slightly blocked, that's fine. Sometimes there's maybe some issue that you might have that you may need to work on, and then it might open up. Score 20 and above, it is quite blocked, so maybe there's quite a bit to do of work on there, right? So brilliant. So just put that down, and you will get an email, by the way, automatically. So you have these scores in your inbox, so you have an idea of the whole journey once we get to the end of it, what your scores were. Okay. Now, what that is telling us that if your scores are a bit from 10 to and above, that means there is a blockage, and we need to work on it. Okay. Now let's move on to the next one. We've come now to the meditation. Fantastic. So we are going quite smoothly, I think. Let's just check. Yes. So now this is a meditation to help you to reveal your purpose, okay? Your purpose in life, because it is your purpose. I'm going to stop the share here for some time so you can see me. Now, this meditation is specifically about revealing your purpose in life, right? And a lot of us have been, as we are growing up, we are affected by our environment, our parents, friends maybe, or society at large as to what you should do. A lot of us, possibly had like 3 choices initially, like you either become a doctor or an engineer or a dentist. And if that fails, then, you move into maybe becoming a pharmacist or an optometrist. And then if that fails, then, you think about taking up accountancy, right? So that's the choices we had. And nothing against accountants, but, we know how really passionate an accountant can be about, and some are. I'm not saying not. So this is the thing. Sometimes because of the way we've grown up and what is around us, we get very influenced by what career to choose, what paths to take. And we're not blaming anyone, but this is a chance now to find out what is your purpose in life. What is the thing that you actually get up for? Now, unfortunately, guilt is the emotion that actually blocks us from finding our purpose. You see how it is a vicious cycle? Initially, because we choose a different path, we don't we listen to everybody. We're not sure ourselves of what to do at that time. Later, guilt sets in. Guilt sets in the way that you've not been true to yourself. You've heard others and you followed a path that maybe is not yours, and you've spent so many years down that route that you feel guilty that maybe you should have listened to your inner being. Maybe you should have listened to your true self to do what you love doing, right? And it is this very guilt that then now actually blocks us from finding our purpose. So today in this meditation, what we're going to do is we're going to release that guilt. We're going to release that guilt. Fantastic. So let us all get ready. Whilst I just connect my microphone and my speakers, headphones, then you can also sit comfortably and we will begin the meditation. Okay, I'll just open up and flow down to the right part of this slide. Okay, fantastic. And just getting whilst I do that, just sit comfortably and I'll take out this. If you have a shawl, keep it next to you. If you want, you might feel a little bit cold, then you can wrap yourself. And if you have a bottle of water, you might want to have that too. Tissues, handkerchief. Can get quite emotional when we work with emotions, but there's nothing to worry about because all we're doing is we are just bringing them up and then letting them go. Okay, wonderful. Okay, now I'm just going to share the sound so you can hear the music, and we will begin very shortly. Okay, so that's that. We've shared that, and I'm just going to get to the music. So again, because the element is water, we're going to use the music where you can hear the ocean. We all love the ocean, right? And the color orange, of course, the orange sky is going to be there too. And we'll be bringing up the guilt. Wonderful. So just let me know if the music is okay. I can see the voice. You can hear me as well. Fantastic. Thank you, Rina. Okay. So now you may just close your eyes. Everyone, really do this together. Because when we do this together, everyone's energy comes together and becomes even more powerful. Wonderful. So, sitting in a quiet place, comfortable, where you can either sit or lie down without any distractions. Close your eyes gently and let your body settle. Take a few deep breaths, holding them for a moment, and then slowly exhaling. And we will do this together, taking a deep breath in, holding to the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, and out. Again, breath in, 1, 2, 3, and out. And again, 1, 2, 3, and out. Now with every breath, let go of the tension, allowing you to relax more deeply. Focusing on your breath. Feel the air entering through your nose, cool and refreshing. Feel it leaving your body warm and soft. If thoughts arise, let them pass like white clouds in a vast clear sky. Bring your complete attention to the present, to this very moment. This is your time, your space to connect with your true self. Allowing the music to take you deeper and deeper. And with your next deep breath in, imagine yourself standing on a serene beach. White sand stretches endlessly under your feet, soft and warm. And before you lies a calm ocean, its waves gently lapping at the shore. The sun is rising, casting the sky in shades of orange and gold. Feel the cool breeze against your skin and notice the soothing sound of the waves and the scent of the salt water in the air. You're completely safe here, completely at peace. In your mind's eye, you now begin walking towards the water. Feel the soft, warm sand under your feet. Stepping into the ocean, its water wrapping around your ankles. The temperature is perfect, neither too warm nor too cool. And as you take slow, deliberate steps, the water rises to your knees and then your thighs. You feel the waves gently rocking you, inviting you to float. The water is very clear. You now lie back, supported by the water, gazing up at the vibrant orange sky. And as you float effortlessly, you bring to mind your past, seeing yourself as a child, surrounded by your parents, teachers, relatives, or friends. Notice how their expectations shaped your choices, pulling you away from your true self. Acknowledge this without judgment, understanding that they acted from their own knowledge and limitations. You may see conversations happening about what you need to do, what you have to do, maybe even arguments may have happened. in terms of what you need to choose as your path, your career. A lot of the times you internalized these expectations and you made them your own. Maybe there was something that you loved doing as a child, but it was ignored and suppressed by what you were told to do or become. Influenced by external events such as market conditions, lifestyle, and comparisons to others' successful lives. You can now feel this guilt emerge of how you have let society shape you, how you have ignored your true self. Knowing that you may not now have as many years left of your life to live. Living your life without purpose anymore, this guilt intensifies. You may feel this guilt in your lower abdomen, and as it rises, this guilt of you having moved away from your true path, your true purpose. You acknowledge this guilt that has built within you. It may even show up as frustration or even anger. This is also the very emotion that has kept you from finding your purpose. As you visualize this guilt as a dense energy in your lower abdomen, just below your navel. This is the seat of your sacral chakra, your center of creativity and passion. As you acknowledge this guilt, see it being gently pulled away by the water that surrounds you. Waves carry this dense energy away from your body, farther and farther into the ocean. As it drifts, the orange light from the sky shines upon it, dissolving it into nothingness. As you see it doing that, you repeat in your mind 3 times, I deeply forgive myself for straying from my true path. And again, I deeply forgive myself for straying from my true path. Really feeling it this time and stating again, I deeply forgive myself for straying from my true path. And as you say that, the space in your lower abdomen starts to become lighter and lighter as more and more of that guilt is released. Again, seeing it gently pulled away by the water surrounding you. waves carrying this dense energy away from your body, farther and farther into the ocean. As it drifts, the orange light from the sky shining on it, dissolving it into nothingness. Letting go of it completely. Now from the depths of the ocean, a vortex of water forms beneath you. This vortex draws pure cleansing energy into your lower abdomen, washing away any remnants of guilt. And from above, the vibrant orange light of the sun pours into you, filling the space left by the guilt with warmth and healing. Feel this energy restoring your sacral chakra, igniting your creativity, passion, and purpose. And as it does so, you repeat this in your mind. I am free from this guilt that has stopped me from discovering my passion, my purpose. I am free to live my purpose, and I am free to be my true self. And as you do that, in this silence, it comes to you what it is that you are passionate about, what it is that drives you, and what it is that would make you jump out of bed every morning. In this silence, it comes to you. You now know what it is that you need to do in order to follow your passion and purpose. You then realize that the ocean has gently carried you back to the shore. As you rise and step out of the water, feeling the sand beneath your feet, grounding you. You turn to face the ocean, arms outstretched in gratitude, bringing them together. And bowing down, thanking the water for releasing your guilt, and the orange light for healing your spirit. Bowing to the ocean and the sun, you feel deeply connected and whole. You then take 3 deep breaths. With each breath, feeling renewed and a sense of purpose and passion flowing through you. When you're ready, bring yourself back. On the 4th breath in, slowly opening your eyes when you're ready. Okay, so I'm just gonna get the microphone off and the speaker out. Headphones. Wonderful. How was it for you? It'd be nice to see if you can share in the chat how that meditation was. Write it down. I hope you're feeling well and back after that meditation. Very relaxing. I felt cold but relaxing. Okay. Very soothing and cleansing. So peaceful, relaxing. Wonderful, wonderful. Did anything come to you in terms of your passion, your purpose? Did anyone find out in that space of time? Sometimes it doesn't happen straight away, and this is why we need to practice these meditations over and over again. And I hope this week you are again going to practice it. Felt warm but uncomfortable, yes, because the emotion comes up and becomes a little bit uncomfortable. Some of you went to sleep, which is fine because it's that time of the day when you're tired. Very relaxing, relaxed, very relaxing, fantastic. Felt cold, yes, and this is why we have something to wrap ourselves around. If you do feel cold during these meditations, they're really powerful because they might use up a lot of energy, and this is why it's also important to keep yourself hydrated, right? Wonderful, wonderful. Slight discomfort in my hip. Okay, so this is where it tells you become more connected to your body. That what is actually going wrong and what is it that we need to focus on. Right? The pain on the right as well. Somebody says that this is the sacral chakra is maybe a little bit blocked. Relaxing, calmer, fantastic. So thank you so much for all your shares. I'm going to go back onto the slides. We've now come towards the end of this session, and just bear with me. Wonderful. Okay, so that was the meditation. Thank you very much. This week, as you start off this week, I hope to get more numbers in there when I ask you if you've done your chanting meditations. So chanting your VAM. VAM is what I want you to chant. I also put that down in the WhatsApp group of what is it that you need to chant in terms of how many. So it's 9. You start off with 9 awams always, and then 9 VAMs and 9 VAMs. Okay, and then do this meditation. Again, grateful for the tech team to have this up straight away, and so that you can actually go replay that meditation. I'll put in a timestamp as well so that you know where to start. Okay, so doing these chants at least once a day. If you can do them 4 times a day, that's fantastic. That makes it 108 chants. Beautiful number. And then at least once doing this meditation. Okay, the more you do the meditation, the more it will come to you what your purpose, your passion is. And yes, so that is it. And next week we are going and moving up higher into the solar plexus, so wearing yellow. I'm not sure where I'm going to find that yellow shirt from, but I hope I do, and hope you do too. So with that, I think we come to the end of this session. We have time for some questions. If I pass it on to Anish now, maybe he's gotten some questions there that I'm happy to answer.
Yes. So first, thank you, Vishal. Great session. I hope everyone took something away from it. For those of you who had issues with the app or the form, please keep an eye out on WhatsApp for a message that'll be sent out later, either today or at some point next week. Whilst we're on the topic of the app, someone asked if it would be possible to fill out the forms from the last 2 sessions before next week.
Yes, those forms are available. So there's actually one other form that we did last week, so the root chakra form, and they should be able to fill that out. It is available on the app. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Is there a website like an alternative for people to access content instead of the apps?
There is actually. I will. So the app can be accessed through your browser too. So I'll put in the link for that, and you can access it from the browser as well. If for some people it's difficult to read it out from the phone. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, cool. I guess now moving on to some more of the meditation side of it. Someone asked if you could explain how to do the chanting of Vam or the mantras.
Okay. So the VAM, I shared a video about how to chant the owl. So in a similar way, you chant the mantras. Like last week we chanted the LUM, and this week we're going to be chanting the VAM. So maybe if you want a demonstration now, a quick demonstration. I hope the reason why it's difficult to do chanting online like this is sometimes the sound doesn't come across as well. But we'll give it a go. So essentially what you want to do is when you start, you close obviously your eyes and you start to take a deep breath in. I'll do a chant of the VAM so you know how to chant the VAM. Okay. So taking a deep breath in, and then on the breath out is the when you chant. So VAM. Okay, and then obviously when towards the end, you take a deep breath in again and you open your eyes. So whilst chanting the VAM, you want to focus on your sacral chakra, the location of your sacral chakra, so which is just right below your navel area, as we said. And as you maybe if you drill a hole through there and go right to the center, that's where your sacral chakra is, and that's where you want to focus. Yeah, whilst chanting. If there is any pain, discomfort that you feel, that means your sacral chakra is quite blocked, but that's just an indication that it's blocked. If you find a nice vibration like I felt right now, that means it's open. Okay.
Cool. Great. Can the second chakra be open and balanced if the first one, the root chakra, is not opened yet?
It can be. It can be. They can be open and balanced, but it's always good to start working from the bottom up. Sometimes you may want to for a shorter term just focus on one of the chakras. For example, let's say you know for example, for the solar plexus, it's about motivation and drive, and you're just about to um, maybe start on something, a project or something, and you need that drive and motivation, and you want to focus on that for a short period of time. Then you can do that. You can quickly open it up. Doing the chanting, the meditations, and for a short time, it will give you that openness and that motivation. But what will happen is eventually, because the lower ones are blocked, you see the energy flow. So that blocked energy will again cover the solar plexus. So you want to start, if you are actually wanting to fully open all the chakras, then start from the bottom, going up.
Cool. Could you share the music, or where can people find the music too so they can practice when they're meditating?
Sure. So this music is actually from YouTube. I just got it off YouTube. I could share the links, and the author allows this music to be used on YouTube. It's copyright free, so you can use it as background music. But of course, it gives credit to the author, even if you have a YouTube video. So, but it's available on YouTube, so I can share that. That's not an issue.
Sure. Cool. And the final one I had before we get into the ones in the chat were, is it okay to feel something in the abdomen? I think you touched on that slightly earlier.
Is it okay? Sorry, say again.
Is it okay to feel something in the abdomen when during the meditation session?
Yes, yes. So in the meditation, because we're bringing that guilt up, we may feel something on the abdomen, and if it's pain, stretching, tightness, or any kind of other sensation where you feel a bit uncomfortable, that's just showing that it is blocked. That your sacral chakra is blocked. It could even move up to your solar plexus, so you could be feeling that up slightly higher, but it just means that there's a blockage there. Yeah.
Cool. Any specific mudra with chanting of
Mudra, right? So the thing is, we didn't want to make it too complicated, but there are different mudras for different chakras. So I can always share that with you on the WhatsApp group, the different mudras for the different chakras. I'll be happy to share that on there.
Cool. Let's see. Please, can you let us know how to chant? Does it need to be done while sitting, or can you stand up?
So ideally, chanting is always good whilst you're sitting cross-legged, straight back. You can take some support from the wall or a cushion, but that's the best way to chant. If you can't sit down, uh, find the best position you can. If you're comfortable, that's also important. So you can chant while sitting on a chair, like I did just right now, or a sofa. But most importantly is that you're comfortable. So you can try sitting on the floor, and that's the best way to do it. But if that makes you uncomfortable, then try other ways. Yeah.
Um, where have you learned about chakra awakening?
Where have I learned? So
Yeah.
I'm accredited meditation teacher, certified meditation teacher, and a lot of this also came about in my own journey as I was going through clearing my chakras when I went through the experience that I went through. This is also shared on the app, my own experience, what I went through. And it took me a while to actually do this myself, but this is why I share it, because I wouldn't want anyone to go through what I went through. And if they're prepared, if they are able to open up their chakras and have that energy flowing freely, then life becomes really awesome.
Oh, good. So is it 9 of each chant? I think going back to it earlier.
Yes.
Um,
So nine of each chant. So, like for example, when you start chanting, you want to do 9 alms. That's the first one you want to chant, the one we did last week as well, and then you want to do the 9 vams for the sacral chakra. Again, 9 vams again. So that in one seating, you'll be able to do 27, right? You don't want to do too much as well, but 27 is a good number in one seating. And then maybe after some time, maybe before lunch, if you've done this one before breakfast, you can do another one before lunch, the next one before tea time, and the final one before dinner. So it's always good to have an empty stomach when you do it, because then your energies are not focused on digestion. But that will bring you to a total of 108. Now, it's not a must that you have to do 108. Of course, we are all busy people. We've got our other lives as well, where we're at work or doing some other things. But at least if you're able to do it 1 or 2 times a day, that would be fantastic.
cool. Someone asks, they're a wheelchair user, so would their scores impact their chakras?
So yeah, I mean, if you're a wheelchair user, uh, you obviously have some kind of illness, or there's a reason why you have a wheelchair. Your scores may be higher in certain chakras, and yes, it might impact the score on those chakras. But as you fill them out, you'll be able to know what your scores are.
Okay. Once chakras are open, are they able to be blocked again?
So when you release, it's like peeling an onion, right? So when you release whatever that is blocking that chakra, it, that layer has come off. So that whatever you released will never come back again. But it may be that there is something deeper that may surface, which needs addressing again. So what you realize is that as you start peeling these layers, as you release these emotions that are blocking your chakras, is you will get to very close to your true self, to who you are truly, and you will see the difference in the old you and the new you as you progress. And every time you peel a layer, you'll get closer and closer to who you are, and that you'll be able to tell that, right? But yes, there will be deeper layers that can come where you need to do more work and keep on working. Yeah.
Um, I think this is going back to more of the WhatsApp side of it. Is there a way to catch up on sessions that they may have missed?
Yes. So I think we've put those links up in the WhatsApp group of the previous sessions. So we've had session 1 and session 2 links on there. If you've recently joined, uh, we'll be happy to put up the links again, so you have all the links of the previous sessions.
Okay. This week, are they supposed to be chanting some, lum, and vam sounds?
So this week just Om and Vam, because last week we did Om and Lam. This week, just Om and Vam. Of course, if you have time, and you want to do more, there's no harm in doing more. You could even do what we did in the previous week and catch up, chanting Om and Lam. Yeah, but focus on this week is about Om and Vam specifically.
Yeah, I guess can and how these sort of chakras help people to be a better person.
Can and how do these chakras help people to be
Yeah,
a bad person? Sorry, I didn't get that.
so how to be a better person.
A
So
bad person, right?
yeah,
So if you look at our lives and the experiences that we have, things that are going on in our lives, I'm sure all of us have some issues in some points in our lives, whether it's in our careers, in our health, in our relationships. Um, all of that is telling us that we've got something within us to address, right? And what we have to address are those blockages in the chakras. And that is why, you look at the symptoms. For example, if somebody has diabetes or, last week we talked about arthritis, then arthritis means that there's a blockage in the root chakra. So they need to work on the root chakra. Diabetes means that there is a blockage in their sacral. So they need to work on the sacral. So as you open that up, and I've had people who, have brought down their sugar levels, have brought down their thyroid levels, just simply by doing these exercises. Okay, so it's important, and this is why consistency comes in. So as you do these chants every day and do the meditations every day, you will see this reflect on your experiences outside in terms of your health, your relationships, as well as your careers, purpose, etc. Yeah.
so just conscious of time. If you feel pain, is it an indication that the chakra is blocked? So how do you go about unblocking it afterwards?
Right. So yeah, if there is any kind of discomfort, pain when you are chanting, when you are doing the meditation, that means that yes, that chakra is blocked. So carrying on with those chantings or doing the meditations, you can slowly open and let go of that pain. There are various other things as well for each chakra that you can do. And there's a lot of information online as well, right? So for example, for the root chakra, you can ground yourself, walk on grass barefoot. Obviously, don't do it now in the winter. But there are certain have salt baths, for example. So essentially, it's about grounding. For the sacral chakra, it's being around water, going for a swim, or you know because the element is water. So that all helps. For example, like we did, wearing orange, right? So all of those things that we do help us open up, help them balance the chakras. But what is more effective is the chanting and the meditations. Yeah.
How can one know the chakra is not blocked anymore?
So what they'll feel is a beautiful, kind of sensation in the chakra when they're chanting or doing the meditation. What they'll feel is a chakra. They'll actually feel the chakra buzzing at a certain frequency, and it's a very, you know, amazing feeling that you have. And there's no longer any pain, discomfort, and that means that the chakra is open. There could be, deeper issues that may be keeping those chakras blocked. And this is where, you can take guidance if you want with the superconscious, and it could go into the root cause of those issues. But ultimately, if you have the chakra fully open, you feel it really nicely resonating at its frequency, and you feel a nice sensation in that area as you chant or you do the meditation. Okay.
What's the thought behind the nine chants of each? Does the number nine signify anything? Is there a meaning to it?
So the nine is a very significant number in spirituality, in even in Jainism. If you look at it, if you multiply it, it becomes 108. So doing it nine times, is really seen as being auspicious and a number that really works. So yeah, that's the reason why we use nine.
Cool. coming towards the end of them, if both chakras are blocked, do we have to do the both Muladhara and Swadhisthana chakras? Sorry, I got those wrong.
No, that's fine. So if the Muladhara and the Swadhisthana chakra is blocked, yes, you work on both of those. So you can chant, do meditations on both of those. Yeah.
And following on from that, can they do 9 Om, Lom, Ram each in one cycle, or do they need to be separate?
It's good to keep them separate. So you do 9 Oms, Lams, Lams, and then 9 Wam, Wam. Oms, sorry, 9 Om and Wam, Wam. So that you're really focusing on each chakra one at a time.
Okay, cool. And the final question is, can these chakras help with anger?
With anger,
Anger.
yes, absolutely. So anger is a secondary emotion. We get angry because of many various other emotions that we have, whether it is fear, whether it's guilt, shame, even hurt, grief, etc. So we need to find out what is the core emotion that is actually blocking the chakra, and then once you work on that emotion and let go of it, then that anger will go as well. And as we climb up the chakra system, you'll see the meditations get a bit more complex. Like today we did, forgiving ourselves. Next week we'll be forgiving not just ourselves but others. So as we go up, it will become a bit more complex. That's why practice is important. So do practice every day, so that when it comes to actually doing these meditations and these sessions, then you're fully prepared for the next step up.
Perfect. Yeah, so thank you all for joining, and thank you, Vishal, for today's session. And we'll see everyone next Monday at 8 p.m. I don't know, Vishal, if there's anything they need to do before then.
That's it. Fantastic. So just do your homework, the chanting, the meditations, and if you have issues with the app, we're thinking of maybe doing a short session beforehand, so we'll send messages out on WhatsApp for that. But otherwise, have a lovely, lovely week, and namaste, Jai Jinendra, and thank you so much to everyone for coming in today, and see you next week. Thank you, Anish.
Nothing. Thank you. See you all next week.